What's up, y'all? Hope we're having an amazing day. And of course, I've got more commentary goyslop for everyone. So, I'm sure a lot of you have been made aware of the current situation revolving around MrTLexify, but for those that don't know, I only started researching it myself a few nights before starting this script. So, apparently Lex has fallen under a lot of accusations, going from domestic abuse, grooming, to even sexual assault. And with a history of doing all of this too, to his now ex-girlfriend for the last several years. All of my sources for this come from Lex's own Twitter account, as well as this video by TheSmithPlays, who I will be referring to as Pat from here on out. Pat linked Lex's Google document, as well as the two Google documents and Twitter account from the victim in his description. And from everything I've been reading up on, especially in the victim's own documents, it's some pretty nasty and gnarly stuff. Now, there are some allegations also being levied towards his ex too, apparently, but I'm not here to discuss the entire contents of this drama or the documents. I will leave all the same links in my description that Pat linked. I highly recommend y'all go see for yourselves, and even watch Pat's video, because he used to be a very close friend to Lex. But personally for me, from everything I've seen, even if his ex is also somewhat guilty in this situation, I still think she's a victim of Lex, and am extremely disgusted and disappointed by him. Not just because of the monstrous things he did to his ex-girlfriend, but for lying about the entire situation for years to his friends and fellow content creators that he frequently saw in person. This is something Pat even mentions in his own video, and you can tell just how hurt he is by it all, and I honestly am too. I honestly used to be a fan of Lex. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say I ever looked up to him at any point at all, but I was a fan of him years ago, and I really supported him and stood by him and everyone else during Easter eggs for charity. For anyone that doesn't know, it was an event hosted by Noah J456, where teams of 4 would race to complete the Easter eggs in every Black Ops 3 map to raise money for charity. Lex was among one of the teams and pretty involved with the entire event, streaming his perspective alongside many of the other zombies YouTubers competing. So seeing such a fall from grace, at least from the perspective I have, or at least had all those years ago, and turning out to be such a vile monster that he even physically choked and abused his girlfriend, it's just disgusting. Like, I've absolutely lost all respect I ever had for him after reading some of the victim's own documents. Which segues into the rest of what I want to talk about today. See, about a week ago, Lex posted to Twitter about the situation he was in, trying to claim his ex is lying, and showcasing a pretty decently long video scrolling up through a lot of his Snapchat messages with her. I feel like this was done in a vain attempt to prove some level of innocence by him, trying to twist everyone's perception about him and act like he has less to hide by showing these off. Which I also have to state, this was posted well before the video Pat made about the drama disowning Lex. I bring this up because not only was Pat close to Lex for a while before all of this, but with the amount of evidence he provided with the Google documents in the description, I can't see Lex's claims about his ex lying about all this to fuck him over to be true. They are nothing more than a shitty attempt to save face from what he did to his ex-girlfriend. I also love how in the same follow-up tweet, he claims that he's a now Christian and has repented over the situation. Now he wants to do good by spreading Christianity. Oh Christ save me. Give me a fucking break. I mean, what would you even have to repent for anyway if your ex is lying just to fuck you over? It's an outright contradiction, and a pretty fucking hilarious one at that. I mean, as if somehow turning Christian means you've actually changed it all as a person. But what I really want to focus on out of all of this are some of the actual Snapchat messages in the video he shared. See, I don't have the full video of them, but there have been some absolutely degenerate and simultaneously hilarious highlights from them, which people on Twitter have also been severely roasting and taking the piss out of Lex for. You can't even make me come. You can't fuck right. I'm sorry. You can't eat pussy right. You can't kiss right. What am I here for at this point? I thought you told me I ate pussy good. I thought you liked my kisses. Homelander couldn't make me post this. Like, honestly dog, OP is right. Not even Homelander or fucking anybody for that matter could make me post this irreparable degenerate shit. I've got no clue who in the right mind would even want to post this. I'm not even sure what Lex thought this was going to do for him. Like, honestly, it just makes him look even more degenerate and desperate. No, baby, please. I missed him so bad. I want to be there with you. No, this is a nightmare. How is this happening? I feel like I'm suffocating.
Die, die, die!
No, baby, you love me. No. You ruined me. I think it's safe to say it's not just desperate, but we can definitely add emotional manipulation to that too. I mean, seeing the way he's acting while saying shit like, "you love me," it's not only pathetic, but downright abhorrent seeing what he's doing. And I have to admit, even though I do feel bad for what he did to his ex, seeing her taking the absolute piss out of him is pretty fucking funny. Speaking of which... the amount of times I've randomly seen Lex's DMs posted in places completely removed from the Call of Duty community is hilarious. I'd never show my face again if me being a complete loser went this fucking viral on the internet. You dumb fat swine. I'm sorry, 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 I'm sorry. I can't, man. Oh, that shit's too fucked. You lied to me about the Tinder thing too, laughed my ass off, telling me it was just for JC. That was all for you, so you could get some pussy, so fuck you. No, it wasn't, babe, I promise, it was for JC. That is not a lie, you can even ask him. That's the worst lie you've ever told, and you should rot. Babe, I will do anything to prove to you it's not a lie, it really isn't. Oh, and please brace yourselves for this next one, because it is especially degenerate. He told me straight up that he masturbated 5 times in a row to my Instagram pictures, and I fell in love with that attention, because no one has ever given me that attention. Babe, I do that too, I just thought you think it's gross when I say that. He knew what I wanted without me saying it. That's why I don't. You don't know that I masturbate every photo you send me. Yeah, every one multiple times, religiously. I fuck. How is this? I can't, man. Like, Jesus, they are degenerate on both sides, and my god, these were just some of the highlights I could find, or some of the ones that I've seen shared around on Twitter. I haven't even sat through the entirety of the messages myself. I mean, come to think of it, maybe I will stream them someday after this video for more of a laugh. Because good god, I really don't think he could have lost any more dignity or gotten any more emasculated after these. Which leads me to the last one that I do want to laugh at beforehand, because I am about to get a bit more serious again after this. Yes, I am shutting the fuck up, and will let you yell in my face, you can scream it in my ears. He even called me mommy. You call me baby because you think I'm a baby. I called you that too, but you didn't like the name you told me. And I hate when you baby talk me nowadays. I will not baby talk you anymore, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm such a loser and a failure. You're just a really shitty boyfriend. At least I can be useful to you and give you money. You're not husband material in my opinion. I mean, shit dude, she ain't wrong. You're not even dating material, you're an absolute fucking joke. Now, all the degeneracy aside, I know it's funny to take the ever-loving piss out of Lex for all of this, but I'm not just trying to laugh at the situation as a whole. What all happened between them was disgusting and pretty serious, but I also wanted to read that screenshot last because I want to highlight the whole thing about Lex quote-unquote baby-talking his ex-girlfriend. You see, it seems pretty mundane at first, but with this in context, he apparently groomed or manipulated her into calling each other these things in their daily lives. First of all, it's hard to call Lex a pedophile in all this. The age gap is only about 2 to 3 years between them, and they both met when they were minors still, from what I understood. However, I still think he could have groomed her at that age gap, even if we don't consider it pedophilic. Grooming refers to manipulating someone into fulfilling certain roles and desires later in life for you, which is exactly what Lex did, as if this couldn't get any more fucked up. But in this letter directed towards his ex-girlfriend, where he also admits to choking her out via apologizing for it, he constantly uses the same language to refer to himself as daddy, and his ex as his quote-unquote child. It's clear how emotionally manipulative and disgusting he is based off of this alone, and she talks about this more in her own Google document. Like I said, this whole situation is fucking disgusting. While I did mostly just want to take the piss and laugh at some of the Snapchat messages, I'm still disheartened and disappointed by Lex in all of this. I think we should all still at least be taking that seriously, so like I said earlier, I'll link all of of the same evidence that Pat did in his video, and I highly suggest that if you're curious at all, to go ahead and read up on all of it yourselves. But with that, I don't really have much else to add here. I mean, hopefully we'll at least see some sort of justice come out of all this for what Lex did, and I'm not all too sure about what his ex did or what she may be guilty of that's actually been confirmed anyway. But regardless, fuck the both of them, especially Lex, because the entire thing is just vile degeneracy at its absolute finest. But hey, at least we could all get some kind of laugh out of it, I guess, which is exactly why I just wanted to do this quick video. So I am gonna end it off here, y'all. Big ups for watching it as always, and you know, maybe subscribe for some more quality therapy, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.